Many times it's quite obvious that we get lost in so many paths, and sometimes it's much easier for somebody to just show you the path in Toastmaster Pathways. Last week we covered presentation mastery. We covered through all the sections. It was quite a long video, but I promise I will keep this video short. And today we are going to focus on dynamic leadership. I'll share screen and you'll see what we'll talk about. Now, if you see here, today we are focusing on dynamic leadership. Just a small recap. Toastmaster gives you 6 paths to follow, 6 current paths, and there are a few legacy paths. Presentation mastery is what 90 to 95% of Toastmasters, especially newer members, would pick. But Toastmaster is not about, it's not all about presentation. There is a leadership track. So let's focus on today the dynamic leadership. Now, why would you choose dynamic leadership? Probably you want to lead in an organization. You want to, and in Toastmasters, we believe that every single person is a leader by themselves. Be it family, be it at your work, you are leader. You are a leader. So knowingly or unknowingly, you are leading somebody. Even if it's your children, you are leading somebody. And this is also one of my favorite tracks is dynamic leadership. There are some things quite obvious in leadership which you follow naturally, but because in Toastmasters we believe that leadership is learned, we'll focus today on dynamic leadership and relearn, in fact unlearn and relearn the leadership aspect of public speaking. So let's go. If I click on dynamic leadership, you will see that dynamic leadership again has 5 levels. Level 1, fundamentals. Level 2, finding your leadership style. Level 3 is we increase the knowledge, we'll look into the best outcome, like we go look into a very good project on negotiation. Plus it has the electives. You have to choose 2 electives out of it. And just remember that these electives are common across all paths. Now, today I'm going to focus only on the core modules and not on the electives because I've already covered the electives. Probably I'll make a video by itself on electives. Then you have the level 4 is you build on the change, you start managing change. And then finally we look into leading in any situation and then a few electives. So let's focus in detail what we have done. Thanks to our this club, Mandurah Toastmasters, where they have covered all the paths, and this particular link will be available in the description. Now we'll focus on the left hand side, we focus on dynamic leadership. Just to compare, I just put presentation mastery that we have covered here. So then this gives you a contrast. Now if we look into a bird's eye view, what are the projects? If you see level 1 on your left hand side, level 1, you see level 1 has icebreaker, writing a speech level, project 1 icebreaker, project 2 writing a speech with purpose, project 3 introduction to vocal variety and body language, and number 4 is evaluation and feedback. It is all common across all paths. All the level 1s are common across the paths. So what happens in the icebreaker? You speak all about yourself. I will move this one out. I'll just hide this one and then later we come back to this one, the presentation mastery track. But in dynamic leadership, level 1, project 1 is icebreaker. It's a 4 to 6 minutes, you talk about yourself. Level 2, level 1, L1, project 2 focuses on writing a speech with purpose. And again, as with presentation mastery, a speech without purpose is just a waste of time. So you start writing a speech with purpose. We go with public speaking 101. Project 3 of level 1 focuses on introduction to vocal variety, so understanding how my voice sounds, and also body language. What kinds of body language am I projecting? And then finally, level 1, project 4 is evaluation and feedback. So you would have given the speech earlier, and then you re-give the same speech, putting into giving an evaluation of it. And sometimes in project 4, you can also act as a speech evaluator, and then you tick off this particular project. Then what's interesting, so we finished level 1, and once you finish level 1, you get achievement level 1, dynamic leadership. We then move into level 2. What does level 2 contain? Now level 2 is quite interesting, and I'm just bringing level 2 of presentation mastery, just contrast. Level 2, project 1 is understanding your leadership style. Now there are various leadership styles, but what does leadership mean to you, and what is your natural rhythm of leadership? So it's all about understanding your leadership style and presenting the leadership and presenting your discovery to the club in a 5 to 7 minute speech. Project number 2, understanding your communication style. Now we focused on our leadership style, and then now we focus on our communication style. Where am I uncomfortable? Where am I comfortable? What is my natural style of public speaking? So you start discovering. So the goal is discovering your own communication style. So for example, again, I'm naturally humorous in my public speaking journey. So my communication style is an entertaining communication style. Your communication style might be quite different. You'll be focused on persuasive style of public speaking. So this particular module focuses on understanding your communication style. I'll keep an eye on the time, so we finish early. Introduction, and then finally introduction to Toastmaster mentoring. So similar thing which you have in presentation mastery. Understanding your communication style, effective body language it had, but here we had understanding your leadership style. And introduction to Toastmaster mentoring, you focus on when you were as a protege and somebody mentored you, what was your experience, and then you mention, you put that project in a speech for 5 to 7 minutes, mentioning about what was your experience in Toastmaster mentoring and why should everybody become a mentor. So you achieve level 2 of dynamic leadership. We then move into level 3. Now level 3, if you see, level 3 of presentation mastery was persuasive speaking, but level 3 here you have negotiate the best outcome. So we focus on negotiation. Again, 5 to 7 minute speech, we understand various negotiation techniques. One of the key aspects of leadership is negotiation. So it's not about leadership is not about somebody telling you and you accepting it, or you tell somebody is accepting it. Many times in leadership we negotiate for an outcome. So that means you enter into a meeting where your entire audience is against you, and then you come up with the best deal. It's like you negotiate to your point of view. So it's like in project management we call it as a win-win situation. So again, a 5 to 7 minute speech, and we negotiate on the best outcome. Just one project, and then we move on to the electives. So you can focus on the electives, active listening. Probably I'll make a video on the electives, but you can pick any 2 electives out from this one. As you see, all the project electives are the same, and this is what I call as a missed opportunity for Toastmasters to better bring more electives, most focused electives to your specific speech project. Now, if you see, all the electives are very much similar that you have for all the paths. So you can pick 2 electives. The easiest elective which I would recommend for dynamic leadership is active listening, and then connect with storytelling or connect with your audience or visual aids. So all are mini small 5 to 7 minute projects. And again, once you finish 3 projects, you get level 3, easy peasy. You can easily do it. Once you achieve level 3, we then move to level 4, managing change. This is an interesting project, and again, level 4 has 1 mandatory project and then 2 electives. Similar thing, we go back to level 4 here. Level 4. Managing a difficult audience with presentation mastery, but with dynamic leadership you have managing change. So that means if change is happening in your organization, you go with a role play, your hypothetical situation, change has happened, you create so this project includes creation of a change management plan. Then you create a change worksheet, and then you write a communication project of how you manage change in an organization. So it's an interesting concept, because in leadership there are changes happening frequently. How do you manage change, and how do you communicate change in the industry? So this is a very good project on leadership. Again, 5 to 7 minutes. You could and you can actually download the PDFs or get online, and then it guides you through hypothetical situation, and your 5 to 7 minutes is how you present, how did you manage that change. And then if you look into the projects that you can look at, you can pick any 2 projects of your choice. Public relations strategies is a good one, or writing a compelling blog is another one, or creating a podcast is another elective you can focus on. Then finally, level 5, and as you see, level 5 is, you are now at the last level of dynamic leadership. We focus on Now in here we focus on level 5 is lead in any situation. Now lead in any situation, and this is one of my favorite projects in the dynamic leadership, is if you see there's something known as a 360-degree evaluation. So that means this project includes serving in a leadership position for a minimum of 6 months. So that means if you are in a club, or are you in a district, or even in your work, if you have served in a leadership position for 6 months, and then what you can do is you get a 360-degree evaluation. What does 360-degree evaluation mean? Means you have evaluation templates. So before you meet or before you serve the role, you draw a baseline, and after that evaluation, you get a 360-degree evaluation. Means you get evaluation, say for example, if you are serving as VPPR, Vice President Public Relations, you get a review from the President, you get a review from any 2 members of the club or in that organization. So that's the 360-degree evaluation. And then you give a 8 to 10 minute speech on your learning experience. And the other one is reflect on your path, and you focus on reflecting on your path. Is you give a 10 to 12 minute speech about your pathway journey in dynamic leadership, where you started and where you are, and you pick one of the following projects. Ethical leadership, it's like you give it's again, the electives are the same for all paths, so you can pick any of it. What I would recommend you is choose high performance leadership project, where you do it's very much similar to the one which we have, leading in any situation, but it's all about ethical, it's all about using a high performance, Toastmaster gives you a high performance leadership path, how you can actually, if you have a project in mind, say for example, in my case, I had in my high performance leadership track, when I did Toastmasters, towards my path to distinguished Toastmasters, I created, in my high performance leadership track, I focused on a contest. That means if you are organizing anything, any event, then you can use this project to guide you to perform that event. And then in the end, you get a 360-degree evaluation. And finally, you give a 5 to 7 minute speech of your track. That is it, if you see. Or you can have a moderator panel discussion. That's also easy. You can tick off many speech projects in this track. So if you see, all in all, level 1, we focused on, and I'll just move this one out. Level 1, same for all paths. I'll just close this one out. It's easier. Level 2, again, understanding your leadership style, and then understanding your communication style, introduction to mentoring, and you pick. And level 3, negotiate the best outcome, and you have to pick 2 electives out in level 3. Level 4, you focus on managing change, and you pick one of the electives here. And finally, level 5 is lead in any situation, reflect on your path, and pick one of these projects. That, my friend, is dynamic leadership. I wish you all the best if you are choosing this path. And yeah, let me know how you go. And any questions, just feel free to contact me. I will include these links in the description. Thank you so much, and wish you have a lovely day ahead. See you soon. Bye.